Hello, everybody. This is your friendly neighbor, Lisa Foxy, and welcome back to another episode of Starfield. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get back into our adventure, which I am looking forward to. I swear, each episode in Starfield, it just amazes me, like from a new mission, and it's just really something. So, if I'm not mistaken, I believe we were getting attacked. Right, by the Terramorphs.
Something's out there.
No time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move!
An evacuation order has been issued for the spaceport district. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
You want backup? Don't just stand there.
Oh my goodness, that's the Terramorph. Oh boy. Are these guns even strong enough? Ooh, what the heck? Gonna need a stronger gun, I'm pretty sure. Why isn't it? Can you give it to me? No? Well, I guess it won't. Wait. Let me do it this way. Let's try this. Gonna need some. Ooh. Great. Gosh, that's horrifying. Okay, I do want to make sure I get my health up, so let's... Wait, I think I had some? I thought I had a health thing. Okay, so now it wants to switch, but before it wouldn't let me switch, because I was like, why wasn't it letting me switch? But... Okay. Alright, let's help myself. Let's make sure we get enough aid. Damage resistance. Interesting. Band-aids. Sushi. thought I had some more. Okay, I thought so. I was like. Okay, I definitely gonna need to get more of those med packs, cause yeah.
Our experts? We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Speak to the fire team, eliminate terramorphs. Is this the fire team? Right? That was my options, right? I want to make sure. System. Hold on. Status. Okay, hold on. Let me go ahead and talk to him.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here. But we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us.
Oh no. I want you watching our backs. You stay put. Are you sure you're not gonna turn on us out there?
We're not afraid. But we'll stay here and hold the line if that's what you want. You're the experts.
Okay.
Roger that. We're on you.
Eyes open.
Don't let them get into your head.
This wasn't on the application.
Is there any health kits? So we'll try to get to 63. Okay, let me make sure I just use damage resistance because yeah.
Captain! You're going to be okay! It's not real! Whatever you're experiencing right now, it's not real! We have to put down that morgue! This is nothing!
They're going to eat you alive.
Take it down.
They didn't give us much of a choice.
Not getting past us.
Yeah. Changing plans?
Yeah.
Confirmed. Turning in.
I would want them on my team, but I don't want them really risk themselves like that. Why?
regret this!
Ah.
Down. Nice work, Captain.
Yeah. Oh boy, you guys are just. Yeah. Ah.
We still need to find any sign of Vanguard Moara. Keep your eyes... If you have any gear you want me to haul, I'm happy to help.
It's good to have Sarah on my side, like, really. Believe it or not, it's really good to have her. Source. Oh, she can't. Can she not? Okay.
Bye for now.
Ever wished I'd been more wrong about a theory. Not in a million years. Another attack, just as we're making our request. It's insane.
Yeah.
If this doesn't convince the cabinet to proceed with our request, I don't know what will.
No idea. Guess it's lucky we're here.
Almost hard to believe. Suppose we were just in the right place at the right time.
Mm-hmm. Guess I could have went the other way.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. Universe put the right people in the right place.
Y'all held the line. You're all heroes, not us.
Certainly doesn't feel like it. I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
As officers, I'm putting in for commendations for every last one.
They deserved all that. And worse.
Not too banged up, Captain? Seems that went about as well as it could have.
That the last one? Thank God. Not sure we could have done this without you.
It's so nice that they all have their own personalities and just their feelings out of all of this. So I'm glad we did pretty good.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the clear signal.
Am I going to be alright?
Well, you're not talking crazy, that's a good thing.
Why are you bothering to carry all that junk?
Well, I mean, you can't carry anymore, my dear.
You're not the doctor. Please. Ah! She's Anti-Xeno squad? Well, you should be.
Not now, okay?
What? What is it?
Lucky us.
My partner's all right. He's getting stitched up instead of zipped up, thanks to you.
Wasn't easy, but we did it. Oof.
Whole building's on lockdown.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, there you are. I believe we have some things we should discuss.
We're counting on you.
Captain? Hadrian?
My people's sacrifice.
It would appear that the cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. As well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Better late than never, I suppose. I take my gratitude in credits, real estate, and luxury goods! Agreed, thank you.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative.
Me? If that... Tell me what I'm getting first, I'll consider it. Me? Why not send a diplomat, someone trained for this sort of thing?
The cabinet wants progress, and wants it quickly. You're already far more familiar with the situation than any diplomat would be. There's also no diplomat alive that can claim they helped keep a cadre of Terramorphs off the embassy doorsteps. The cabinet was unanimous. They want you.
Tell me what I'm getting first, and I'll
The
consider
very
it.
next item on my list. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us?
What do I get for being a UC citizen?
It has its perks. Only citizens can purchase property in the city. We also pay reduced prices on most goods and services across the UC. There's also a credit disbursement when you first join. Help get you on your feet. But above all, you'd become a dedicated part of the greatest faction in the galaxy. If you're willing to help us, we can open that door.
Alright.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. we're dismissed.
Old
Okay.
Starfield and other abandoned stations in space are always home to something. Be on your guard.
I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer Kokard. Start getting a plan together for that data. I'll coordinate putting the data to good use with the cabinet. We'll be ready to move as soon as you've got it.
Right.
Chief Yassine, these orders. A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second in command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
They're the repository of all band data in the colony war. Pretend that I don't. Let's pretend that I don't have the slightest idea.
Huh. All right. We'll start at the beginning. When the colony war ended, the UC and Freestar Collective came to the agreement some weapons needed to be off limits. Mechs, xeno-warfare. So they gathered up all the relevant research materials and sealed that information away. Terramorph data included, in the archives here in the city. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Faroon. Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Faroon to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
You think they'll be clamoring to help after the space attack? Just gonna need some blood droids too. It sure doesn't sound easy. What can you tell me about these codes? You think they'd be...
I couldn't agree more. However, both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate. And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative. But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Faroon?
Start with Radcliffe.
Ah, the good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable. Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her. Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support. And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code.
Alright, tell me more about these other tools. No one could be that stubborn. I think you're underestimating how the lifeline. Okay.
Certainly. See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application of pressure. We just need to find the squeeze. UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage. But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell. So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen. Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you.
Things I should well do. Bleh. Let's see. What can you tell me about the staff member?
Name's Cameron Long. He's younger than Ratcliffe, bears less of a grudge towards the UC. He works closely with the ambassador, making him a promising source for information on the ins and outs of embassy life, and someone who very likely hates her guts.
Any other things I should avoid?
Yes, many. Don't steal anything. Don't get caught anywhere you're not supposed to. Absolutely do not harm anyone. If something goes wrong, we'll do our best to smooth things over, but I can't make any promises.
Okay.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise. And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Well, tell me about
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge. When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
I'm sure you can reason with the house, so no argument here. Why? What's wrong with the house for...
Well, these days, they're primarily considered a security threat. House Varun Zealots, a fundamentalist outshoot of the group that stayed behind when the rest retreated into seclusion, want nothing more than to send everyone not dedicated to their cause to the Great Serpent in the Sky. But that hasn't always been the case. After they ended the Serpent's Crusade about 70 years back, House Varun did take a real run at trying to normalize relations with the rest of the galaxy. It's why they have an embassy here in the first place, why they were included in the armistice negotiations. But then, without warning, they left, leaving behind, to our knowledge, just the ambassador and his duty under the armistice.
Well said. There's no reason to assume they're any worse than us, despite their cultural beliefs.
Of course. But there is another wrinkle. We're not 100% sure Balmore's actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting. Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
He's hoping we're not chasing... Okay, what kind of life signs did you detect in the embassy?
The Varun delegation brought more than a few of their native flora with them when they set up in the embassy. It seems those plants have been allowed to flourish, making it hard for us to verify what's flora and what's ambassador.
Wait, has no one actually been inside the embassy?
The embassy is still legally House Varun's sovereign territory, so we're not technically permitted inside. We've snuck in the occasional spy, of course, but the ambassador has proven more evasive than you'd expect for a man of his age. But we're quite sure he hasn't left the city. The man stands out.
What do I do if he's dead?
Then you search the embassy for his biometric key, collect your code piece, and we'll go about notifying his next of kin, if we can ever find them. But let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Okay, well...
I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, We received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there. Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain. Welcome back. Everything going well with the ambassadors? Good luck then, Captain.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to just kind of wander around and look. I was talking to somebody. What is this?
There's a huge difference between being prepared and carrying too much.
I quote.
Excuse me? We should just close out the Varun files. Waste of drive space.
Guess they said it's over. That we can get back to work. Like I'm gonna get any work done today.
Okay, they said it's over. That we can get back to work. Like I'm going to get any work done today.
Captain, Admiral Logan informed me of your part in halting the attacks. Whole damn city owes you. Now, what do you need?
I just wanted to hear what he had to say. Alright. I do wonder where... I feel like I should probably just explore around everything to know where I'm going. Because there's a lot of stuff here that... Do I even need this helmet? I feel like I don't even need it. At the moment. Hold on. Let's... There.
Working at the office of...
It's amazing to think that this tree predates New Atlantis. Can you imagine all the changes it's seen?
Just want to see if I can get back to the house. I think this is it right here.
Mind bunking on the ship, but nothing is better than unwinding in your own quarters.
Agree. If I'm not mistaken, I think my room was down this way. Oh, I can sit. I forgot I can sit. It's so cool that you can do stuff like that in here. Okay, I think there's a storage transfer. There we go. Okay, I want to try to transfer everything in here. Because, you know, I have all this stuff. And mostly just stuff that I feel that needs to be put away. Probably need to put all of this in here. Just all of this in here. All of it. Yes, even ammo. Oh. Trying to see what else I got. Okay. Now I'm 100% with nothing, so that's a good thing. So I'm going to try to carefully take what needs to be taken. So I'm going to try to start with the weapons. Usually I think weapons that are strong. Obviously I'll take one cutter. I don't think any of those are probably necessary, but I'll still take it. 10, 11, take one. Space knife. Okay. Trying to see what else I want to see between those two suits. Recovery. Carrying capacity. So I'll bring this in case. Take all the ammo. Take all aid. Resource. Let's make sure I put something on. too sure if those are gonna be any helpful, but okay. Keep that. Alright. I think I'm okay. Okay, first off, I do need to, probably don't need to lay down in the bed, but I feel I probably should have. There we go. Alright. Think I'm good. Get where we gotta go. I still want to know where to get at least like hospital stuff, and I feel like I haven't.
What? Oh, that your ship that landed not too long ago? Sure is something.
Like I feel like I still need to look around to kind of figure out what's going on.
Problem?
Medical. I think this might be a place that may help me.
No, I'm not feeling that bad.
We have an appointment. You're seeing the doctor. That's it.
Maybe some other time. I have that report that's due.
I talked to your boss. She agreed that you need to take care of yourself. I know it's tough, honey, but a lot of times the earlier they catch something, the better it is.
You're right. I know you're right. I just wish they wouldn't keep us waiting so long. How long do we have to wait?
You have to trust the science, the medical knowledge.
Yeah.
Where's the staff?
Should you find yourself in need, medical supplies are available for purchase at, if I may say, very competitive prices. Welcome to Reliant. If you're in need of medical assistance or require supplies, I am sure we can accommodate you.
Use some medical supply. You must see a lot of patients. Tell me about...
Well, everyone knows Reliant, largest medical provider in the settled systems. They've spent decades advancing medical science with their research division, and have built an entire supply network to keep us all healthy. They've always been quite proud to work here. Well, of course, New Atlantis is a big place. Lots of people, which means no shortage of injuries, communicable diseases. But we're well staffed and do our best to accommodate anyone who needs help. Well, you've certainly come to the right place.
Right. Bandage. Yes, this. Holy cow, but the price. Okay. So these sell for 12. Alien genetics. Okay. I do want to buy 1,000 credit for this. Let's do 21. How about that? Trying to see what else they have. Cures all additions. Treat infections, carrying capacity. Kinda got almost everything there.
So, what brings you in today? All right, little patching up, you'll be all set. All right, we'll clean things up and get you back out into the world. Everything looks good. Take care of yourself.
Interesting. Well, at least now I know where the medical thing is. So.
I keep telling myself that relying on Madame
Comment ça va? Pardon me.
Hey.
Place is pretty big.
Sorry, but I need sign-off from the Interstellar Affairs office before I can set foot in there.
Maybe we should stop for a moment at the memorial. You know, to pay our respects.
It could cause an incident. It would mean my job, sir. Fine. I'll begin the process. Wouldn't want to withhold a chance for more red tape from the great QC. Always something to fix in New Atlantis. Never fails to remind you it's one of the oldest cities in the galaxy. If you have an appointment,
Hard to
they'll
believe
check
it's
you at
been
the
2
door.
decades since we were at war with the Collective, but it seems like only yesterday.
Visitors are only allowed.
I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective, but you lead, and I'll follow.
Well, I know you're here for me. You've been here so far, and I know eventually we gotta...
Terramorphs? As in more than one? All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Guests can make themselves comfortable in the lobby.
You're allowed 3 places. Conference room, lobby, or the ambassador's office. You set foot anywhere else, there's going to be problems.
Okay, so before I do that... do have skill points, so see if I need anything for social. Craft. So credits.
Official business? Talk to the ambassador.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment?
I'm here on behalf of the United Colonies. We need Restart Collective, Captain Raven. You and I need to talk. You seem like a lady that wants to stop more terrorist attacks.
Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right.
You need to help us, otherwise, no more deaths are on your heads.
I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go? You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance, one, to convince me. Understood. I'm listening.
Project was a failure, Matt. Are you willing to risk more deaths because that's what you're doing by not helping us?
You know that for sure. That is interesting.
You were a soldier. It was your job to protect it. That's what we intend to do with this data.
It's a job I take very seriously. It's why I'm even entertaining what you're suggesting right now.
You're willing to risk here because you have a grudge against... They might done wrong in the past, but...
Less than a generation. Hardly long enough to claim the UC is completely reformed. Captain, I'm sorry, but my answer is not changing. The UC is just gonna have to find another way. Now, I presume you can see yourself out.
Sounds like it was a real mess down in the space.
That woman is an absolute... Oh, sorry. Oh, what? You're the Vanguard captain, right? You know, I was about to board the Nat to the spaceport when the alarm triggered. Sounds like I got real lucky. And like I've got you to thank for things not being a lot uglier.
Just get lucky. It was a war zone down there. Just doing my duty.
Doubt the Vanguard would have a lot of recruits if that were the job description. But I'll take your point. But look, they said you were coming here on official business. The ambassador likes to handle all that personally, even if he does have trained diplomats here to help her. And I don't want to get shipped back to Aquila City, so you should probably go speak to her.
be doing more, a lot more, like...
You want to work with me? Why don't we talk somewhere a bit more private? So you want me to work with you? But why now? Why me?
We need to help prevent more terror, and we're not expecting the ambassador's support.
No, I think that's a pretty safe assumption. And no other city should have to go through what happened here. So then, what would you need from me?
I need you to get me to the archives code. Can you get me access to the archive code machine?
Okay, first you need her bio key, and that thing doesn't leave her side. Better chance of splitting the atom with a spoon than me getting that from her. The code machine. Only the ambassador's cleared for in there. Sorry. Her quarters. Huh. Well, that's doable. And you and the UC will be providing me with what for my services? Oh, wait. I thought you were looking to hire me. I'm not taking a bribe.
Let's see. 8,000 credits. I don't even know if I...
That much, huh? Okay, no, okay, yeah. Okay, so there's a utility corridor that leads to the ambassador's quarters, which you can access through the main conference room. Here, the key. Whatever you do, don't let the guards see you entering or exiting the utility section, or you're gonna be in serious hot water. I'll keep an ear out for more instructions from the UC. The UC's recruited the right guy.
Okay. Looks like we're gonna be having a spy mission, I'm probably assuming here. But I'm just gonna save in advance, just in case. And, we'll see what happens on the next episode. But if you guys like this, please remember to hit that like button, and please be sure to subscribe, so that way you guys don't miss out any content that comes out here on my channel. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then, bye guys!